Hey, how's it going? So, I wanted to share with you today the answer to a question I get asked pretty much every time I start working with a client, whether it's one on one or in my program. And that is, how do you sell or sell often without being too salesy or being annoying or pushy? And all of those things are valid questions because we've all been on someone's email list or something and gotten the same email over and over, and it's super annoying. But I will say, when I first started my business, I was so much more timid to send emails. I was so worried I was going to be annoying. But now I've gotten more comfortable with the fact that we all are getting emails all the time. And the person who's receiving my emails has the option to open it or not. And so I am more comfortable with sending emails more often. I think when you first start, you think about the people who you email at that point, which is like maybe your mom and like, I don't know, do people even email anymore? But like your friends or something. I wouldn't be emailing my friend like once a week. That might be weird. But when it comes to growing a business and email marketing, it's much different. And with marketing, you obviously have to be more frequent than you are with your pen pal. So I want to share with you some ways though that you can do it without feeling gross or weird or like you're going overboard, but still hitting your targets for how often you want to be making sales. And so a big problem that I see is people want to be making this much in sales, but are making this many offers, right? So we've got to make sure that it's like pretty proportionate for as many sales as you want to make. You're making that many offers at least, but usually you need to be making more offers, right? Because some people are not going to take you up on your offer. Okay, that's obvious. So how do we do it? So the first thing that I love to do is to automate my sales strategies. So I personally like to automate what I call my daily non-negotiables. So that's how to put we talk about the non-negotiables all the time, but that's how you grow, nourish, and make offers to your email list. I try to find a way once per quarter to automate each one of these areas or one of each of these areas. So only one automation per month or per quarter, but being so confusing. But as the quarters go on, you slowly start stacking. After 3 quarters, you have an automation for each one. And then you're at the point where you're ready to start adding now a second automation for making offers and a second automation for growth and a second automation for nourishment. So I always like to add one per quarter. And there's so many ways that you can start to automate making your offers. So that could be with having a sales funnel on the back end of your business where when new people come in, there's certain emails that go out to them that some of them make offers and say, hey, book a call with me to see if you're the right fit, or here's this cool product we have, or come to this webinar, stuff like that. That's a really great one. You could also do it through, there's so many ways. You can have an automated webinar in place. You could have maybe, let me think of something a little bit different, like maybe like a text. I know a lot of people are doing text marketing. Maybe when somebody joins, they get a text from you. That's an option. So those are some things that you can think about. How can you automate the ways that you're making offers so you don't always feel like you have to be showing up multiple times a day and you need to be on YouTube and Pinterest and Instagram and emailing your list and have a podcast? That's overwhelming. So I recommend choosing one that you can automate. But then secondarily, as you know, I like to show up daily and do my daily non-negotiables. So that's showing up actively either on social or to my email list or, in some way actively doing something that's not automated to grow my audience, nourish them, and make an offer. And it can become, especially if you only have one offer, which is what I recommend for most people in the beginning, is to have one offer, scale that until it's like good, you're happy with it, it's making, maybe 6 figures or something like that, and then stacking on another offer. If you only have one offer, it's really easy to start feeling like, I talk about this every day. Like, how do I talk about it in a different way so that I don't feel like I'm a broken record? And one of the things that I really like to do, I'm going to show you just quickly, is with my daily profit activities product, I've created a Trello board that gives me multiple options for every area of my non-negotiables. And I created it for myself and then, made it for my clients. And now it's also something that I offer to anyone. So if you're interested in it, hopefully I'll put a link here somewhere, or just shoot me a DM and I can send you the link for it. But this is my go-to. This is what we use. I'll do a quick share. Without giving too much away. But so we have our mind, our growth, our nourishment, and our offers. And we have 11 different ideas of things that you can do each and every day. Within each one of those cards are more ideas, checklists, things like that. But we look for multiple different ways that we can grow, multiple different ways that we can nourish, and most importantly, multiple different ways that we can share a better offer. So not only do we share about it in different ways by talking about different entrances to that offer, but also we can share about it on different platforms. We can share about it using different marketing strategies, and we can share about it using different audiences. So these are all things that we like to do so that it's not just every day I show up on my Instagram story and say, hey, have you purchased the daily profit activities Trello board? If I said that every day, maybe I would sell more than I do right now, but also I would feel crazy and you guys might get really sick of hearing about it and not watch my stories anymore. So that is absolutely a key to selling without feeling super salesy, is having different ways, different platforms, and creative strategies to share the same thing in multiple different ways, right? So those are my two go-tos. One, automate as much as possible so that you know it's happening, even if you have an off day and even if someone's brand new to your audience and all of that. And number two is to have options so that you've got multiple different ways to talk about the same thing and multiple different ways to do your growth and your nourishment. So even if you literally only have one freebie and one offer, I still want you sharing about it every single day. So we need to find different ways to do it so you don't feel crazy. Okay, that's my strategy of how to sell without being too salesy. Let me know if you have your own strategies of how to do it without being too salesy. I'd love to hear them. And otherwise, we will talk soon.